And now, here to shed more light on the issue is Marcin Krzyżanowski, Middle East expert at the Warsaw Institute. Hello and welcome to Eastern Express.
Hello, nice to be here again.
So, looking at the terrible images that we've had of these drone strikes, these suicide drones, Shahed 129s, with that also other equipment that's being supplied by Iran, it's still being denied by Iranian regime members and government officials. But the proof seems to be there. So why is this a smoke and mirrors, or should we already know the answer here that Iran is behind this and we have to do more against them?
It's definitely smoke and mirrors. Both sides, Russia and Iran, are denying transaction of purchasing drones from Iran and using them in Ukraine. But it is we have conclusive proofs that it's not true. For Russia, it's a little bit embarrassing from the propaganda point of view that the second army of the world is forced to buy drones from a country which was under the sanction regime for 40 years. So at the moment we are witnessing a typical smoke and mirror game.
Mm-hmm. Now on that front as well, I mean, it's the military cooperation that Iran does not seem to be stopping. In fact, they said they will continue to support Moscow in this, although at the same time, as you said, smoke and mirrors campaign, denying that they're supplying drones. But it's also on energy, where there's this interesting new front that's being developed between Tehran and Moscow. Recently, certain turbines were sold to Russia, from up to 40 of them, gas turbines. So what does this new relationship mean for the region and for the world?
For the region, it means that possibly that in the future new bloc will emerge. Because at the moment we are talking only about cooperation between Moscow and Tehran, not about the allies. Mm-hmm. There are still too many differences between those two countries to call them allies, but the cooperation is growing stronger and the ties getting stronger between those two countries. So in the future, we will see even closer cooperation between those two countries, especially on the field of economy, because at the moment both countries are struggling with foreign, especially United States, sanctions. And sanctions are more efficient if the object of the sanction is isolated. Mm-hmm. At the moment, Iran is not isolated from the foreign, for example, foreign trade. And Russia the same. So the sanctions of international community, especially the United States, possibly will be not as efficient as it should be, although efficient enough to be sustained. Those Iranian drones are a huge problem for the Ukrainians. Of course, many of them are being shut down by the anti-aircraft defense, but few, I mean, a good enough number will reach the target, destroying the critical infrastructure, and that is a problem for the Ukrainian state and Ukrainian society as a whole, not only Ukrainian armed forces.
We've had Vladimir Putin in Tehran in the summer. Also now with business links, as you said, as a part of that equation now, business links with Gazprom potentially developing billions worth of dollars in terms of Iran's oil fields. You said that Iran has experience with sanctions a long time, since the late 70s. So this presents probably a very dangerous, I mean, to the rest of the world, a very dangerous playbook that Iran is now sharing, ways to evade sanctions for Putin. And then obviously we have this economic pact potentially. So is this going to widen the conflict potentially? Will this put more of a focus again from the West, from the United States and other Western allies on Iran and the region?
Yes, especially that the mutual cooperation between Russia and Iran will make those countries more resilient to the sanction, and maybe they will help their economies to go out from the deep crisis, especially Iranian economy.
آنچه در مورد ما میگویند